Allison Katz is an artist that's based in London, whose work is driven by a curiosity for the everyday. I've been following her work for some time, and I was always really inspired by how she seemed to never be beholden to a single style or technique or subject. I always thought that there was great potential in her work. Her paintings always read as possibility. When we first started the conversation over a year ago, she was really interested in time and calendar systems and had mentioned the suite of 12 paintings, which are the works that are on view today.
The whole project started with seeing in a calendar, literally a calendar, an image of July, which was my birthday, and seeing this representation of July. And it got me thinking about the ways in which these abstractions are represented. Using the structure of a calendar was a way to enforce seriality, which is something I have never done before. I've never created a sequence of paintings that are all the same size. And I felt that it was important to try and tackle this element that is more connected, let's say, to abstraction and not necessarily to representation, and to find the abstraction in the structure in order to produce images, iconography, allegory, and contradiction that I could then claim as some sort of representation of something that is both of a time and out of time. In the first iteration of the exhibition in Oakville, the paintings were placed on the exterior of a dodecahedron, a 12-sided shape. And for this version at the list, we were really excited by the idea of an unfurling, which is a more cinematic perspective.
When installing the exhibition, perspective became very important. The distance and intimacy one can have with a painting, Allison and I both wanted to both maximize the distance between a visitor entering the space and the furthest possible location of a painting, and at the same time encourage one to pace the sequence of the paintings, to move back and forth, up and down throughout the gallery, to create distance and to create intimacy, and to encourage a wandering across this body of work.
The title, Diary Without Dates, expresses to me a sort of contradiction I wanted to get across, which is that a diary is something structured by time. But if you remove the time component, it seems to be a sort of collection of experience connected to one person, but not necessarily personal. I wanted to use this structure of the diary both as a kind of real thing and as something that can be contradicted, or to show up how it is a gendered assumption that women's experience is more suited to a confessional or autobiographical style of diary writing rather than to independent acts of imagination.
She complicates the self-portrait. We often read the self-portrait as a diaristic reflection, and Allison is lifting multiple sources from all corners of life, from family, from nature, from art history, and bringing them all together in 12 different compositions.